So what's different about the factory model versus how other companies deliver software?
Yeah, so the factory is really at the core of what we do at Chainguard. That's somewhat unique. I speak to many of my peers at our prospects and customers, a VP of engineering for a platform team or a security engineering team. In many of those cases, that team is tasked with building golden images, securing the software that they take and they make available to their developers to build on top of. And I've spoken with many of my industry peers at other companies that have this program, and what they found they needed to do is build some automation to go and download source code, build that source code, test that source code, and then make it available to their developers, and then support those developers. Now that's sometimes a reasonable prospect for a small number of projects and packages, and that's reasonable if they're going to attempt to do this from another Linux distro themselves. But what we've also found is that it's a completely unrealistic goal to try to bootstrap an entire Linux distro when your core business is an airline or an insurance company. And so those are some of the best places where plugging Chainguard in, fully bootstrapped from source, removing all of the security vulnerabilities through our build up from scratch distroless approach and the rolling distro approach of always latest and greatest. That's something that, back to speaking to my peers in those companies, they just find themselves buried once they get beyond the first maybe couple dozen images. And we've used our factory to publish a catalog of over 1,300 container images, every single one of them built from source and tested all the way through to integration testing.